The angle we're looking at the local government conversation, or the Supreme Court ruling conversation on local government autonomy is why local. What do you make of the Supreme Court judgment? Do you think it's a victory? Do you think it's a win for Nigerians and for the local government? And do you believe it will guarantee real autonomy for the local government, or do you think, like some other people, that it's a partial victory? What do you also think about the statement of former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, who is saying that the ruling negates the spirit of true federalism? And also, as regards, what the Constitution states as regards state joint local government accounts. What are your thoughts? And what more can we do to ensure efficient governance at the local government level? That's all we're looking at this morning, very quickly, because we don't have so much time as against other days. So, Fuad, just a few seconds or a minute or two, and so we can open up the phone line.
Well, basically, like I've said earlier in the morning, it's still a long walk to freedom for our local government. Well, a step in the right direction, really. We can actually celebrate this little win, coming from this decision of the Supreme Court, to free at least the local government, when it comes to financial autonomy. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we're still going to be able to circumvent the process. Our politicians will still find a way to circumvent the process if we don't address how people are elected in those local governments. But what we'll have is a situation where, through a very fraudulent electoral process, people will just be placeholders in those local governments. The money will still return back to the governor. So what we are saying here is that we need to address that one. Ordinarily, like James Ibori has said, this interpretation of the law by the Supreme Court is almost like a contradiction of the spirit of true federalism. If you understand what true federalism is supposed to be, really, because the states are supposed to be really autonomous of the federal government and are supposed to also, drag along the local government under the proper federal system of government. Like I said, even in the US, elections are conducted by the states. They have their own rules, they do everything on their own, but again, we have our own local peculiarity, corruption, and the fact that we are not such people to do the right thing. So we again must address how people are elected in those local governments, so that people like Mr. Wale Adedayo, the man was removed when he raised the issue of Ogun State. So people like him can contest elections, win irrespective of the party of the governor, and then go there to do the right thing for their own people, which is very, very important. So local government elections, we have to look into it so that we elect people who really have what it takes, to drive the wheel of progress in the different local government. Until we do that, Sandra, this is just a little win, a step in the right direction, but let me be very frank with you. Our politicians are smart enough to keep finding a way to circumvent the process.
All right. Thank you very much. And just as Fuad had, rightly mentioned, just in case I was wondering what we mean by true federalism, federalism is a system where the state is totally independent as regards its own powers. The federating unit, that's the federal, the national, and the state government, and this would mean that where political powers are shared between them. All right, and so the federal shouldn't be the one dictating how the states work, because they both have their own political powers. All right, self-governance, devolution of self-governance. So let's have a conversation as regards the Supreme Court ruling on the local government autonomy or financial autonomy conversation. 0913-6000-410, that is the number to call. 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. For WhatsApp messages, you can send it to 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. That is for WhatsApp messages. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section as well at Mainland 98.3 FM. That is the handle to look out for. I would also appreciate the support on our socials. Please do well to like, follow, share, subscribe, and also comment on our platforms on our platforms on social media at Mainland 98.3 FM. So we'll take the messages as the show progresses, but of course, let's kick things off with the phone line. You have just 2 minutes. Please, let's stick within the 2 minutes time frame that's allotted to each caller, so we can take as many submissions as possible, since we do not have the luxury of 9:45 a.m. today, being Friday. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Robert. Please, I don't know your focal point. Can you just in the second place.
Supreme Court ruling on local government.
Okay, it's a welcome development, at least. The problem is that these our local government people, they are also corrupt. Too. They are corrupt. We should not say it's only the state government. Money. The other time when this palliative came, I can tell you where I stay in my area. Some local government people that keep it in their houses used to share them. You understand? They were giving it to their family. When you bring this money now from the government to them, they will. I doubt if they will implement it very well, except if the people that this thing affects, like money in other regions, related to people who are saying their road is not good, that the road that are in the city, if they come out and protest the local government, they might see results. But if they fold their arm, local government chairman will bet. So I will not clap it for them. So the court ruling is good, but they don't trust most of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Robert. I appreciate it. 0913 6,410. That is the number to call. Apologies for that. That was my hand just moved over that. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ade. Is it Milan?
Yes, correct.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. Carry on. Your name, sir?
Okay, I'm calling from Amawad.
All right.
Okay. Based on the local government issue, there is a good development over 2 decades now. So we are on the issue. So my own point is that these are local government chairman. They are still our problem. There was a time I mentioned about this fellow doing SCD chairman, this government fellow doing, because all the chairman, they are all corrupt, like the first caller said. If let's say the money is coming direct to their account, the issue is that the government will still be the one to controlling them, whether we like it or not. Unless we have their own election. That's local government election, whereby they do their own election on their own without the power of the governor. So the chairman, they are all corrupt. Like this, our SCD fellow local government, they just be buying car, buying houses, they're not even doing anything. So the problem is still persistent. So the only thing God just give us a good chairman, because we and the local government, we are the ones that get closer to the chairman. So we may be complaining about the governor and the president and whatever, but the chairman, as far as they are doing their own part, the problem we are facing, not get a new service. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate your contribution, Mr. Adi. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mᴏൡᴏ Sanja, speaking from Sulu.
Right.
I told you that Jagaban is the worker. People should just give him chance. You see, a lot of presidents have tried this thing, but it did not so. But Jagaban did it, and he will do it. Sanja, please, there's something I wanted to say for a long time. Please, the media should help us. There is what I call a IGP, internal generated production. That's from the state. We should be producing something so that it's where the other day I was watching an interview with the governor of the state. That's on this politics. He was trying to ask the governor, but he never mentioned that about. I think he tried to ask, but I don't know why they have media shying away from that, asking the governors about their internal generated. What are they producing internally to help people? And another thing, Rivers State, I told them that this is a politician. You say now he has settled this Supreme Court judgment has settled all the issue. The bar is a donor. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, I think you said quite a lot there. But as regards state Nigeria, I think we have always been talking about it here, especially, the fact that state governors need to look more inwards as regards revenue generating activities in their states, especially since states governors have been speaking out as regards the fact that they cannot afford new minimum wage conversation. But let's stay focused on what we're discussing this morning, which is, of course, the local government financial autonomy conversation. Hello, good morning.
Ọmọbọ́lá.
Good morning.
Oh, Dan. Ìwọ náà ló lórúkọ yẹn náà.
Yes. Good morning.
What you don't hear that you say Eka. My name is Prince Wise, greeting you from 괛ᴏᴏᴜ. And I want to greet Mr. President especially for taking this matter to the Supreme Court. The Attorney General, well done, my dear. The judges that give this verdict, kudos to them. You see, if a democracy still remain in this country, till eternity comes, this law can never be changed. Unless otherwise. Now, this first step, and this first step is a very good one. Whether governor order the local chairman to bring the money to them, if they receive it from Abuja, it's illegal. This is a bit of time for the EFCC to monitor all the money the local government receives. We, the market, will now be monitoring them, challenging them. We have to say, man, back to develop my own local. And again, the finance minister must do something for Nigeria. But please, all the money given to local government every monthly. The one given to governor, the one given to local government. So we were able to change it to the chairman. You collect some amount last month. What have you done with this money? Okay, now this is the best of time for the councillor to work, supervisory councillor to work. And Mr. President Tinubu, you are a real Democrat. You've done it fantastically. So for me, Nigeria, we win this war. The next stage now for the legislator to now pass a law that will allow only national electoral district to conduct all the local government elections in this country. If America have their own type of democracy, workers have input, local input of our own. Let we have our own democracy here.
Thank you.
Let the local government election be conducted by the national election. Omobola, I'm very happy this morning. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, Prince Wise. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my sister. How are you? Good morning.
I'm well. Good morning.
Yeah, Peter Monse from Shomolu, Wenga for that matter.
All right.
Now, Omobola, Ibori's comment is what attracts my attention. He's requiring the government that, again, the spirit of the constitution, and then that everybody should be autonomous, so to say. Why is it that we are running a feeding bottle state government system of government, and then the same thing with local, and Ibori is not complaining? When all of them are expecting a follower from Abuja, he should have, before now, he should have asked for, true federalism, politically, true federalism, economically. Let states control what they produce and send royalty to the government, to the federal, like it is done in America, in other places. Malga was talking about the system that is run in America, that developed countries, that the local government are autonomous. Of course, they should be autonomous, including what they produce. They control their own product and just send some parts to the federal, weaken the power of the federal. So that's what I want to hear. Not only on money that they are making them financially autonomous. No, they should also be politically and economically autonomous, including the state. State should produce and state should control, and the state should send what they want to send to the federal government, not federal government feeding them with feeding bottle any longer. You should fight for that. I will back it. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you very much, Prince Mr. Peter. Appreciate your contribution. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's Tyler calling from Rizolo.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah,
I am not a fan of the president. I don't know if I'll be a fan in a very long time. But then, this one is a welcome development. But we want to see more. Not just creating the autonomy for them. We want to see more laws enacted. Like the law that says that whenever you have become the local government chairman, you must live within that local government, and then everybody must know your address. That's number one. And then number two, your children cannot school abroad. They will school in this country. And then on and then and on. Now, like we have the traditional rulers, some traditional rulers around me here, whose name I don't want to mention. They are traditional, they are Obas who live in other local governments. Can you imagine an Oba who stays somewhere around the Solo here? He's living in Lekki. Now, how accountable is this kind of Oba going to be to his people?
Oba in his Solo is living in Lekki.
No, I tell you, in good fact, if you come around it, he's an Oba or he lives in Lekki. And from there he goes abroad. You could almost never go to his office and then meet him there. So we want to see more of such. This is a welcome development, but the president will only be my friend if we have the refineries working, and then we have the agricultural sector giving a very tangible attention. Nice. Because it is in these Lagos or many other places in Nigeria that we have things work upside down. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. I mean, I can't say I'm really surprised at that. We have state governors who live in Abuja. So I can't say I'm really surprised at that. Well, this is Mainland 98.3 FM, and you are listening to Mainland Focus. We are having a conversation as regards the Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy. And the angle we're looking at the story from is, what do you make of the Supreme Court judgment? Do you believe it will guarantee real autonomy for the local governments? What do you think about the statement of former governor of Delta State, James Ibori, who is saying that the ruling negates the spirit of true federalism, allowing the states to control the affairs in their state, right? And also, what more can we do to ensure efficient governance at the local government level? Those are the angles we're looking at this particular report from. Time check right now is 9 o'clock. And we'll take some messages before we go back to the phone line. I have here on WhatsApp, good morning. The Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy has correctly confirmed the provisions of the Constitution. It was an attack on the sensibilities of Nigerians that the governors disputed local government autonomy on nothing and carried on with the capturing and squandering of local government funds, while manipulating local government election and tenure without any rebuke. It was even rude and criminal for the governors to have contested those constitutional provisions on the local governments. Recommendations. Look, I suggest that the President Tinubu government should also go back to the Supreme Court to abolish every legal instrument, if any, that encourage security vote, constituency allowances to governors and the lawmakers respectively. This should be done with immediate effect, effectiveness and efficiency of the dilution of the excesses of these governors and lawmakers. Judgement Thompson from Obanikoro sharing that one. I also have here, good morning, Sandra and Fuad. I do have my reservation for the local government autonomy pulled off by the Constitution, by the Supreme Court yesterday. It looks good, but the workings give credence to grabbing power and control by this federal government. So to me, it's not good. Simisola from Isolo sharing that one. WhatsApp. All right. Well, I think that's the same thing that Mr. James Ibori is trying to bring out. I also have here, on judgment on local governments, I still think we are on the wrong course, especially those of us who subscribe to some form of restructuring and true federalism. In a proper federal system, there are only two tiers, state, and federal government. Listing military created local government in our constitution is in itself an aberration. Clearly, there's some self-contradiction in full autonomy for local governments. The local government issue in Nigeria is more convoluted than most of us reckon. So far, most of our prescriptions to address the problem are likely too simplistic to achieve our ultimate purpose. The local government, we cannot just be paying attention to the election of chairman of local government or the management of their funds. without dealing with the process of their creation, their structure, or more clearly defining their true relationship with the state or federal government. If we truly want to bring power back to the local base, we must be sincerely and functionally federal as in the days of yore. Usually, the Ibadan Municipal Council and the Lagos Municipal Council of the First Republic were probably stronger than some states in Nigeria today. The road to better and more effective governance in Nigeria is still long, and we cannot shorten it simply by granting autonomy to local governments. Rather than fighting for more money for local governments, how about improving their efficiency across board by strengthening their administrative systems? Aki Adigun from Yanopaja sharing that one. Well, that's quite very, very comprehensive on them. Adeyemi Kamoru from Satellite Town. The case against the state which resulted in yesterday's victory for democracy and local government. It was instituted because of governors like Peter Obi who refused to conduct local government election for 8 years and is collecting local government allocation from the federal government every month. Is the one posing as a Democrat savior today. A naked man promising to clothe you. And that's Adeyemi Kamoru sharing that one. I also have here, this is a straightforward and emancipation judgment that will help the working in the third tier of government. It will help in quick development of local government areas where the money or allocations meant for them will come to them directly. The people should be involved in local government electoral process and not allow the governors to use the instrument of state INEC to install their stooges as local government chairmen, thereby using them to maintain status quo. And when they collect the allocation directly, they hand it over to the governors to show loyalty for fear of being harassed. Finally, the attention of chairmen should be drawn to the fact that they did not enjoy immunity like the president and governors, and any frivolous spending, diversion of funds, or mismanagement can easily earn them visa to correctional centers. Thank God today is Friday. Alhaji Remy Ulisa from Palm Avenue, she sharing that one. Let's go back to the phone line. It's 0913 6000 410. That's the number to call. And we're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section and we'll read them as the show progresses. It's 5 minutes past 9 and you're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Right there, Carol. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Sandra.
Good morning.
What up, my friend Fuad?
As well, thank you.
Okay, this is the barrister Peter Uku. I'm calling from Amende, Maryland.
All right.
Yeah. On these issues we are focusing on, or the issue, in relation to the Supreme Court judgment concerning the local government funds, you see, that judgment to me is kind of watery, you know, with all due respect to the Honorable Justice of the Supreme Court. If you don't marry the issue of fund allocation with the issue of election, that judgment is meaningless, because if the local government, if the governors, the state governors are in charge of, will be continue to be in charge of conducting the elections, then they will determine what happens to the funds. Because if the person who wins the election, is a member of the governor's party, evidently he is going to share in the funds. So they must make the judgment very clear, you know, and very succinct, that they make sure that whoever wins the election is independent of the governors, you know. So to me, it's just a half-baked judgment as it is.
Okay.
That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister Peter Oko. I appreciate your contribution. Hello.
Hello, Sandra. Good morning. This is Mr. James calling from Ampade Junction.
All right, Mr. James.
So the judgment of Supreme Court on local government, for my own assessment, is not yet ruled. It's just like what Fawad said earlier on, that the point of electoral reform is just the top notch. If the issue of electoral reform is not dealt or well, arranged, the governors still have power over, because they will still know how to manipulate all the local governments and elect them in, and they will still down to whatever tune the governor beat for them. And just like some people say that we are very close to local government, believe you me, what about our House of Rep and Senators? Are we not close to them? What have we done to them? If these people decided to go the way of local government, the way of governor and senator, who will hold them accountable? Who will stop them? That's why I say if we don't deal with this issue of electoral reform and get the way of electing a competent people and people that are, have the desire to serve, then we are just beating about the bush. Okay, like someone was referring to P2B, never mentioned P2B, how he cut when he was governor. He only remembering when he was unable to conduct local government. He never told you how he was able to save costs. Just like when we are using 21 billion naira to innovate house, that P2B would have rose against it. How he rose against furniture allowance and all of that when he was governor. He only find a way of bringing him down, but where he has done so excellently well, Obi is not remembered. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's a fortunate rule of life and how people handle things. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
I'm Iffy.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
How is the cold? The weather is
really cold. Yes, it is.
The weather is dealing with me. How your family?
Fine, thank you.
This local government, is it going to be government inside government? When you say you want to give money directly to the chairman, who is going to supervise the chairman? Because the governor will not. Are you telling me that governor should not have a say on the local government? That's the meaning of the way I'm looking at it. Government, the governor will not have a say. When even if the governor calling, why is he calling me? Everybody on the day I did my own. That's the meaning. They could have looked for a way to make sure that the governors, must make sure that the local governments are attended to. Not by giving them that. The Nigerianness in us, if you give the local government chairman direct money like that in millions or in billions, they will still do the same thing that the other people are doing. The ministers, the governors, they will do the same. You might not even see anything in that local government. Like where I am now, I'm in a border town. I don't know my local government chairman. I don't even know who is councillor. For me to go and say, why is this Diwa road like this? Diwa road, why is it like this? No, it was just last week that the governor came to our local government. After some of us have been shouting like this on radio, they must have told they want to first go and look at all those areas. They are calling your name, insulting you. Maybe that's why he came. He was there last week. So local government, so me, the Nigerian enough will be there. He might not. He's a governor to himself. He's a governor of local government because he might not even have access to it. So go and say, this road, this gutter, this drainage, this we need a renovation of schools or building a new school for the community. That has to do. I say good night, good morning, and have a blessed weekend.
And you as well. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Appreciate. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Malam. I'm calling from Alabama.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, my take is on this local government autonomy. This president, is very funny, although it's a welcome development anyway. But this is one of the president that when he was a governor fight for local government to have their own autonomy. Now you want to have a peg within the from grassroots politically. Well, be that as it may, it's a very good one. But do you know that yesterday after the judgment, after I spoke to you, I called home with someone in my local government. I said, congratulate him. He told me that, Madam, do you know that it's only 5 million they used to get every month? 5 million. I said, what of salary? He told me that it's the state Ministry of Finance that pay their local government staff salary. So after they now give them, they will now give them 5 million for interest for the whole 1 month. You can imagine. And my state has 17 local governments. So if it's 20 million naira that local government used to have from the allocation, we can now multiply that into 17. You know? Hello, am I communicating?
Yes, I'm with you.
So these governors are, committing a lot of atrocities. But you know what? We have still a long way to go. You know, the local government, as far as I'm concerned, they will never have the full autonomy as that will get them to drive and provide service to the grassroots. Like those governors will not allow them. They will fight to ground zero. You know?
All right.
This is my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. I appreciate it. Let's take some messages from Facebook at this time now. It's 13 minutes past 9, and this is Midland 98.3 FM. I have here Chika Bende, that's Pastor Chika on Facebook, saying that Supreme Court judgment that ruled that local government money should be paid to them directly was a good one, if the governors will not hijack it. Because whichever way you look at it, the council chairmen are always boys to the governors, and they have succeeded in using the office as settlement for their foot soldiers because of imposition during the so-called election conducted by the governors, which is always won by the party of the Governor Square. So let there be outright penalty for the default governors found culpable manipulating these chairmen. So in closing remark, let INEC be the one to conduct their elections. And that's Chika Benny from Trade Fair on Facebook, sharing that one. I also have here I also have here Benjamin from Shogunle on Facebook. Good morning. The ruling of Supreme Court yesterday concerning the local government fund autonomy is a welcome development, though there are still some other issues to look at, like the way local government election is being conducted. With this judgment, the people can now hold their chairmen and councillors accountable, point their attention to bad roads, healthcare they need to fix, primary schools they need to equip. One can now walk to the house of the chairman and councillors to have some discussions with them about issues, unlike governors that are too far from the people. Benjamin from Shogunle. Oh no. I also have here Ibori Chukwu. Good morning. The Supreme Court ruling on financial autonomy for the local government is a welcome development, but I suggest the Financial Intelligence Unit to be very vigilant on their financial transactions to ensure the funds does not go back to the governors, since they are all puppets in the hands of these governors. I also have here Christopher Effiong. Good morning. God bless you guys. Amen. Supreme Court judgment. I'm not celebrating such judgment as long as Nigerian government is concerned. The same governors conduct local government election. The same appoint these chairmen. The only change here is they remove state bags and put it on local government bag. Nothing is changing. The governors will still go back and do the needful as usual. Nigerians, let's come together and fight our common enemies. Cholera outbreak. God bless Nigeria. Amen. And that is Christopher F. Young sharing that one. Also have Muiwa from Abuja saying good morning. The ruling of the Supreme Court on local government autonomy is a welcome development. One of the reasons state governors incapacitated local government chairmen in the time past was because of inability of the chairman utilizing resources available to them judiciously. Now that state governors have not done better, it is not bad to revert to the old way, and the next thing to do is develop a legal framework to tackle corruption starting from the grassroots to the top. I am of the opinion that a special court to try corrupt cases be set up, and no corrupt cases should be disposed of within 90 days. Miwa from Abuja. I also have here James Ogbona. Sandra, I greet you exclusively since Mr. Fawad is not there. We are all commending the ruling of the Supreme Court. It is a landmark ruling. However, what the Supreme Court has done is to only grant financial autonomy to the local government and not full autonomy. Full autonomy means both legislative and administrative are outside the control of state governor. Sandra, as long as the CX are still conducting the local government election and state governors have a strong hand on who becomes a local government chairman and even decides the administration, then there's really nothing to celebrate. Why is the federal government not interfering with state allocation? So we are operating federalism. Thank you very much, James Obona Oshodi. Thank you. I appreciate your contribution. Those are the messages we can take for now from Facebook. Yes, you can still drop your comments on Facebook. The handle to look out for is at Mainland 98.3 FM. That's the handle to look out for. Let's go back to the phone line now. 0913-600410. Mainland 98.3 FM. And you're listening to Mainland Focus. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Yes.
I like this one.
All right.
Yeah. The next autonomous ruling for local government is good. You know, that is the way it's supposed to be constitutionally. But, Sandra,
yes,
I want to ask you a question. Which state in this federation do you see a local government, you know, that has a party different from, you know, the state where the governor is you know, come from? No state in Nigeria. All the states, the governor, I mean, all the party, any party the governor belongs is what the state is following. I mean, it's what the local government is following. So we have to look about, you know, the administrative aspect. Yeah, fine. The ruling is constitutional, but how does the local government operate? And I want to refer you to something, Sandra. Most of the local government is because of their, you know, their non-performance. That is what causes interference of the governor. I remember some of the states, because they cannot be when elections come, they are not able to succeed because of non-performance of local government. That is why most of the governors came in, you know, use their veto on the allocation. So it depends on the integrity of some of the local government issue. So that's why the work is not done. It's not done. And who is number one citizen of the state is the governor. So you see, this is just like opening a cap on somebody's head, whereas the head is still there. So this is the problem. So one of your caller calls, so he said some local government after winning an election, local government chairman, after winning an election, they'll be operating as Lekki. What is that? Is that services? So that is the system of governance, the system of election must be amended before you see that transparency to the community in the local government. Unless there is going to be an involvement of the community, monitoring, the financial aspect in the local government, this thing will not work. Have a nice day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is ʟᴏᴏᴜ from Ibori.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking about the local government autonomy, but the issue here is that they are already granting them a financial autonomy from the state level, from the federal level now. But my take on at this moment, what the government is going to do concerning the local government election. If you go back to the way Obasanjo reformed the local government in 1976 to 79, they say they unify of the local government, and the population of local government from 15,000 to all these states. See the population of Lagos State now, LCD that the Tinubu created now, so local government have more than 1 million people, and so that LCD, like especially Ojokoro that I find myself now, at this moment, what Ojokoro is going to do now is not going to get a federal allocation. How the building and the structure and the person that are attached to it, what this law affecting is going to do in their own system. That is the problem we are talking about. Because if you even go to the eastern part again, another challenge is because most of the people that are abusing the local government most is the eastern part of this country. Because it's only Enugu State and Ibori people that are trying to conducting the local government election. The rest of the people that didn't conduct, they are just using the caretaker committee. And that is why when Tambawa is campaigning, he says P2B is not a democratic let me just say a candidate, because being a governor for 8 years, being a governor for 8 years, they have never conducted a single election in the state. And that is why we are seeing now a people that have interest in the grassroots, a people that have the mindset and the initiative of development in the local government now can partake in a government system now. But election process, this is where the issue comes from. Let the national electoral party to conduct the local government election for Nigeria. That is what we are agitating for now. As far as you are already granting the financial autonomy, let the election take place for the INEC. Let the INEC take in charge.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right.
Yeah, hello, good morning. My name is Emmanuel from Ølūkpēju. Really, the judgment of the local government financial economy is a very beautiful one, right? Like, if people have been saying it's going to be the same, government will come interfere and the rest. But there will be some men that stand their ground, like the one Ogun State local government chairman. They will stand and make sure what needed to be done is done. Every local government chairman, whether put in by anybody or not, has a vision to someday be recognized in its locality. So they want to also do things that make them to be represented elsewhere. So I believe we should just keep hope alive on this development, because definitely one way or the other, right, it's going to benefit the people in the local government. I would recommend you should go and watch this movie, Wisdom King, on YouTube. It says a lot about godfathers putting people in power, and at the end of the day, the people they put in power ended up destroying the godfather just because he chose to do the right thing. So let's be hopeful. It's a very beautiful development to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. Thank you. All right. Let's see. So we have some messages here still on WhatsApp. I will take them and we'll wrap things up. We can't take one or two more calls. I have here Mainland Radio. Good morning. Steve Ikelu from Maryland. Hallelujah. The Supreme Court verdict on local government councils' autonomy is a welcome development. It's long overdue. Shame on the government. With this imperial judgment, I can tell you the local government chairmen are now emboldened to stand their ground and implement people-oriented developmental projects without undue dictation, intimidation, and interference from the governors. However, by and large, it's a teamwork. The governors must still supervise and checkmate the excesses of some local government chairmen who might misuse the resources accruing from the autonomy. That's the only way to go. And that's Steve Ikelu from Maryland sharing his own thoughts there. I also have here, my concern with this judgment is the powers of the Supreme Court. Can the Supreme Court amend the Constitution? The joint account of the states and local government is in the Constitution. So can the Supreme Court scrap it without going through an amendment? I think that's what I also asked for earlier on. That does it mean that the National Assembly now has to step in to amend the laws, because they are the ones who can actually do that, not the judiciary? All right. So it's a big question. Chooks from Ikorodu. Thank you. I also have a good morning. I don't like it when I hear some callers say the phrase, let's give him or them time. These politicians are already preparing for 2027 election, but some common citizens are here saying give them time. It's really funny how some of us don't know that first tenure of every serious government is to plan and work, while the rest is for campaign towards the second tenure to grab it all. God help us. Ralph from Satellite Town sharing that one. I also have here, good morning, Sandra. Yes, on the Supreme Court ruling on local government areas, the truth is that politicians have hijacked the Nigerian state, meaning that the Supreme Court may have had their supreme say. Politicians will certainly have their crooked way unhindered. Patrick Oyanta from Ikotun Egbe sharing that one there on WhatsApp. I also have here, yes, good morning. The Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy is a welcome development. The next challenge is the State Electoral Commission in the hands of state governors. I hope they conduct credible election. Also, these local government chairmen aren't even different from the politicians we have around. Well, let's give them benefit of doubt to see if they will act differently after this ruling. Palumi Lawrence from Lagos. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Thomas.
All right.
Calling from Alaba. Yeah, for we're talking about the local government, the Supreme Court judgment, it's a welcome development. And there is still more work to be done. There is still more work since the election of the local government chairman that is conducted by the state government. There is still more work to be done. And people are trying to make talking of Lagos and CDA. They should understand, they that are trying to make this as another issue, they should understand that even before today, this CDA, we are not collecting any allocation from the federal government. And they never knew this CDA generate goes straight to the local government headquarters before it goes to the federal government or to the state government. So they were not there. So the allocation will still be coming to a local government. A CHOSA is the one sharing its allocation with this LCDA that are under a CHOSA local government. So there is no changes here. So when somebody is calling and saying, what of this LCDA? The federal government does not have anything to do with the LCDA. The judgment of the Supreme Court does not affect all these people and all these LCDA because they are not under the federal government. So if the allocation is coming directly to a CHOSA local government, a CHOSA local government is the one that knows how it's going to share. So those LCDA, they are still under a CHOSA local government which the federal government recognizes, which the constitution recognizes. So if the allocation is coming directly to them, even when it was coming through the governor, to the state government, it still go to a CHOSA. A CHOSA still shares the LCDA. So I don't know where somebody will call and be complaining that what of the LCDA. The government does not, the constitution does not recognize the LCDA. So there is no nothing, the judgment did not affect my own little understanding that I know.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution. Unfortunately, that's the last call we can take, that we can afford to take for this morning on Mainland Focus. Let's wrap things up with a few messages that we have here. I have Dami Gold on Facebook saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuad. On local government autonomy, it's a thing, but we shouldn't rejoice yet because our present structure is extremely corrupt, which could equally motivate the local council politicians to be very corrupt and inactive. I think we just have to wait a bit and watch how things play out. Damnola from Alaba. Yes. We also have here Tʀᴇɪᴅs Iṛ In as much as the Supreme Court judgment on granting local governments its financial autonomy is a step in the right direction and is highly commendable, the following are my questions. 1. Who will now conduct local government and councillorship elections? Is it INEC or StateNEC? 2. How will the federal allocations be shared in Lagos that has 20 local governments and 37 LCDAs? Because LCDAs are not recognized according to this Supreme Court judgment. 3. When will numbers of local government, especially in states like Lagos that is contributing so much to the economy, when will numbers of, I don't get that question number 3. I don't get that number 3 questions. I'll be glad if answers are given to the above questions. God bless Nigeria. Tʀᴇɪᴅs Iṛ from the Jagemo community sharing that one. And that's a wrap for today. I sincerely apologize if I wasn't able to take your message, but not to worry. The conversation always continues on Mainland 98.3 FM. At 4 p.m., 괏ᴏᴜ Akinwande will be in the Situation Room. Don't forget to join Said Fuhad on Sunday by 6 p.m. for Political Roundtable. My name still remains Omobola Sandra. Coming up next is Akvio Half Hour. And after that, we have Health Plus with Sage Babalola.